deeper, but I have to stay.
It's crazy how a few months this year have just seemed to disappear. There's a lot going around in the world this year, and things have not only been different, but they've also been difficult. But when I look at the positive side of what has happened in the last few months, I see that a lot of us have had the opportunity to work on ourselves and work on things that we wanted to for very long. And if not work on ourselves, we have the time to just step back from life, take a break, and figure out what we want from life. And I think we've all learned a lot in this lockdown. For example, we've learned about self care and how important self care is. And now we're all trying to actively implement self care in our life. So, yeah, I think looking at the positive side, even when things are going wrong, is the essence of life. And that's how you can truly be happy. Hello everyone, I am Sonitha and welcome back to our channel. This is the June 2020 plan with me because May has come to an end. So in today's planning session, we're going to start off by reflecting on May, and then we're going to be talking about my habits in May and what changes I'm making to them in June. And then we're going to be doing some workout planning as well. So let's get started. So starting off with the reflection, May has been an amazing month for me. A lot has happened in May, all good things, and let me tell you all about it. So first off, in May, I conducted my first ever online workshop. So this online workshop was for YouTubers who are just starting out, or for people who wanted to start their YouTube channel for really long but just couldn't and did not know how to. The response to this workshop was absolutely phenomenal. I did not expect that kind of a response, and I've had 12 students in this workshop and they're all doing amazingly well at their YouTube channel. In fact, one of my students has even texted me a few days ago saying she hit her first 100 subscribers, and all this just makes me really happy of the progress that they're making, and I'm just really proud of the fact that I am being able to help people in whatever way possible. So yeah, that has been one of my biggest achievements in May. I've kind of been really happy about it because it is a huge deal for me. So because the workshop went so well, I'm actually converting it into an online mentorship program. So that's going to be something on my to-do list for the next few months. Another thing that I'm really happy about this month is that I spent a lot of quality time with my family and friends, and I've been wanting to do that for a really long time. So it's just beautiful for me to look back at this month and think about all the games we've played and all the dance parties we've had. So yeah, that quality family time is something I'm just really happy about. Another thing that makes me super happy when I think about May is this new wall gallery that you see on my wall. So this is something that my sister and I put together just a few days ago, and since then I've been obsessing over it because it just looks so good and I can't stop looking at it. So yeah, this is something that we've done amazing this month as well, and I'm just really happy about it. Also, in May, I made 3 videos for my YouTube channel that I'm absolutely proud of, and that just makes me happy because it means I'm making progress. So yeah, that's pretty much about how May went. A lot has happened, but this is the happiest month so far for me. And now let's move on to talking about my habits in May. So if you watched my May 2020 plan with me, you would know that my word of the month was wellness. So I was looking at mental and physical wellness as well. And there were a couple of habits I was actually looking for. So the first habit that I wanted to inculcate or build in May was eating healthy. And I did that to an extent. I wanted to do 4 days a week. But on some weeks I did 5 days a week, and on some weeks only 2 or 3 days a week. But I'm not really bummed about that because I know that I can still make progress, and it's not easy to just make a life-changing habit in a month. So I'm going to be giving that a little more time. And the next habit is stretching. Honestly, stretching is something I did for 3 or 4 days this whole month, and I think the reason I did not do stretching is because I did not know what to do, and that ended up in me being glad I'm not going to be doing this. So yeah, that's the reason I kind of did not do stretching. The next habit that I wanted to build is exercising. So initially I wanted to walk for 45 minutes at least 4 times a week, but then I found that really boring and getting really monotonous. So what I started doing is I started having dance parties every evening. So it's a solo dance party. It's not like I have a million people coming over or even another person in my house joining me with it. So I just turn up the music and put on my fairy lights, turn off the lights, and just dance my heart out because dancing is something I love doing. And I kind of realized that because I've loved dancing so much, I every evening wanted to just go and have a dance party with myself, and that was like this time that I had for myself where I spent it with myself and just enjoyed a lot. So yeah, I think that part was amazing because when I started having my dance parties, I ended up sticking to the habit of exercise for 5 to 6 days a week, which is a huge progress. And then I wanted to also inculcate mindfulness into my life, and honestly speaking, this hasn't been very well for me. So a number of things that I wanted to do under mindfulness is no phone in bed. That is something I only started doing towards the end of May. And then I wanted to journal every day, again not something I did in the initial days of May. That's something I started doing towards the end of May because then I realized I didn't want to wait for June to start a new habit. Instead, I could just start it right now. And then I wanted to meditate. Again, meditating has been a huge problem for me because I didn't know how to do it, and I just felt like I didn't have enough resources to get started with it. So, and yeah, that was like a problem with mindfulness for me. And then skincare has been pretty amazing for me. I've been able to stick to the habit of skincare almost 6 days a week, every single week, and that's a habit that I would say I've built right now when it's not in progress anymore. And then finally, reading. I've done my fair share of reading this month, and I'm I'm really happy about it. I had 4 books that I wanted to read, but I ended up reading 2 books. But I'm fine with that because I didn't want to rush with that. So that's about the habits, and I also wanted to do a number of other things in May. So I wanted to learn a lot. Like I wanted to take 3 Skillshare courses. I've only been able to take one of them, but that's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and do those courses in June. And like you saw in my May 2020 plan with me video, I had a tracker for my unhealthy food, and honestly, it did pretty well. I kind of now understand what things that I'm having the most and what I should stop having. So that is basically about the May recap, and I'm going to be making a lot of changes to my June habits because now I kind of know what's working for me and what's not. So I've kind of realized that my habit tracking needs a better way, and also that I need to break down my habits a little more and work on planning it into more detail. So if I'm talking about stretching every day and exercising every day, I want to make detailed plans as to what to do, and that's where my workout planning comes in as well. So that's another thing we're going to be doing towards the end of this video. So let's start off by planning for June now that we are done recapping on May. So what I'm going to be doing right now is setting up my bullet journal. It's going to be pretty much the same format like I did for May, but I am planning to make a few changes to the whole bullet journal setup, especially when it comes to the habits part. So yeah, the first thing that I'm going to be doing is setting up my bullet journal. Alright, so I finished setting up my bullet journal, and I kind of know right now that I'll be able to stick to my habits a little more because of the way I've set it up. So let's start off with the word of the month. So the word of this month is balance. So I kind of really want to achieve a balance this month, especially setting my work life and personal life apart. So that's one thing I'll be working on this month actively. And then moving on to the habits. So what I've done this month is last month I said exercise and workout and mindfulness. So this month I've kind of defined it in a little more precise way. So now I've kind of defined it as stretching before and after workout. And then after stretching, another habit that I kind of want to inculcate this month is yoga. So for me, yoga is basically a mixture of yoga plus meditation as well, because I'm supposed to be doing pranayama every day to improve my asthma. So that is the reason I've kind of put in yoga and meditate into my routine this month. Essentially, they're the same thing, but I want to track it, separately. That's why I've kind of made it as 2 habits. And then I'm going to be also tracking my study habits this month. I feel like somewhere I'm messing up my study routine a bit because of the lockdown. So I'm going to be a little more focused this month and focus more on studies because I have an internship starting this month. It's actually started already. So I have an internship that started, and so I'll also have to take care of my studies at the same time and prepare for my exams and all of that. So yeah, studying is something I'm going to be taking a little more seriously this month. And then it's going to be workout. So I did have workout on my plan last month as well, and I did a lot of dancing for that, and it has been really helpful because I do see that I'm fitter than before. But I do see the need to do a proper workout other than my dance parties, because I need to improve my flexibility for one, and two, I have to work on my asthma and breathing issues before they become a little more serious. So that's another thing I'm going to focus on. So specifically for my workout, what I've actually planned out this month is, one of my friends, Soumya Shri, she kind of suggested that I try out Chloe Ting's workouts because they're really good. So the first 14 days of the month, I'm going to be trying her workout, and the next 14 days of the month, I have another routine that I want to follow. So that's what I'm going to be following for the next 14 days of the month. I'm going to be like doing a little more detailed workout planning later into this video, but yeah, for now that is it. And then moving on to my habit tracker. So I've kind of gone for a different format of habit tracking this month. This is how I've set it up. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of it for some reason, because it doesn't look as good as the last month's date. But I think that's completely fine. I have to stop paying attention to how things look. But yeah, this is how I've kind of set up this month's habit tracking. And below, as usual, I've kind of written up everything I comes under that particular habit. So the reason I kind of do this below this is just so that I'm aware of what I'm have to do and what all the things that come under these particular habits. So one thing that I've kind of noticed from last month's habits is, one, my exercise, and let me just turn back for a minute. So there are a few things that I want to like talk about particularly. So most habits I've been able to stick to for 4 to 5 days a week. In fact, I've stuck to exercising like 6 days a week as well. But things like stretching and mindfulness, I haven't been able to stick to them because I hadn't defined them well. As in, when I said stretching, I didn't know what to do. I didn't have a set routine for my stretching. So this month, I've kind of wanted to solve that problem. A big part of building habits is to experiment and fix problems. So I'm fixing the problem of not knowing what to do, particularly in stretching and workout as well. And that's why I kind of have this whole workout planning session in this video as well. So yeah, I think that is a basic thing. So if you kind of figure out why you're not able to build habits, it will become easier to build them. Because right now that I notice that I don't know what exactly to do, it's becoming easier for me to build them by doing what I don't know. So if I feel like I'm not able to do it because I don't have a plan in place, then I'm able to do it this month because I'm going to be setting a plan in place. So yeah, that's pretty much about the habit tracker for this month. But yeah, I mean, I think I'm kind of making huge progress on my habits right now, and I'm like really proud of myself for that. Another thing, be proud of yourself for any small progress you make, because that will motivate you all the more. Yeah, anyway, back to the topic. There are a number of things going on. Like, I don't want to define a few things this month because I feel I have to figure it out slowly, and it's not something I can sit and plan right now. So I'm going to be doing that. And now that we're done with setting up my bullet journal, we're going to be doing my workout planning. So I went on to Pinterest just to get a couple of routines for myself and all of that. And I printed out these printables just so that I can put it in a place where I can see them and I can do them every day. Along with this, like I mentioned already, this month in my workout, I'm including 2 routines. So one of them is this list right here. So a huge thing about my workouts is that for some reason I feel that it's really difficult to follow these YouTube workout routines because they're just too difficult for me. But one of my friend, like I mentioned, she suggested that I try out Chloe Ting's workouts. So I'm going to be doing her workout for the first 14 days of the month, and then the next 14 days I'm going to be following this workout routine that I found on Pinterest. Now honestly, I don't know how authentic these are or if they're good for me or not, because I have absolutely no clue when it comes to workouts and all of it, but these are things that I can do on a daily basis, like squats and planks and jumping jacks and all of it. So this seems something that I can do, and it's not too complicated, and it does not involve a lot of complicated equipment or anything like that. I also have like really restricted space in my room to work out. So like this place is literally where I can work out. So I have to make sure I have routines that will work for me in this place. So yeah, the first workout that I printed is the one that I'm going to be taking in the second half of the month. Then the next one is pre-workout stretches. I think stretches are in general very important. Recently, I've been waking up with a back pain and all of that, and I've just been feeling really sore every morning. So I decided to do some stretches in the morning as well. So this is like some pre-workout stretches. So this is for when I start my workout. And then I've got these warm-up stretches. So the reason I've kind of got multiple stretch printouts is in case I don't feel like doing one thing, I can go ahead and do another thing and keep switching it up, because I feel like I get really bored if things get monotonous. And the next one is the post-workout stretches. I kind of thought I printed out a morning stretches thing as well, but I'll probably just use the warm-up stretches in the morning. So I'm going to be putting these up on my blackboard just so that I know what to do, and in front of the blackboard is where I work out every day. So it's best to put it here. Okay, so this is my blackboard come whiteboard, and in front of this is literally where I work out, or I have place to work out. So I kind of got a couple of magnets in my hand, and I'm just going to be putting up all these here so that I know what to do. So the whole point of actually putting this on paper and putting it up in a place where I can see is that when I see it, I know I've got to do it, and that will put me in a mode of let's go work out and all of that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I actually also wanted to put in the whole Chloe Ting's workout here, but then I kind of realized that she already has it properly put up on her website, and I anyway have to click on those videos. So yeah, that's something I'm not putting up here, but yeah, this is basically my workout plan, and I really hope to stick to it. I'm going to be updating you guys on this workout plan next month, in the next month's plan with me. And this is my June 2020 planning session. There's still a lot to figure out this month for me because there's so much going on, but hopefully when I see you all next month, I'll be healthier, fitter, and a better version of myself. Also, this is me trying to put that background anywhere possible because I'm obsessing over it. Anyway, I hope you found some inspiration from this video, and if you do let me know in the comments below. I'm gonna be seeing you in the next video, and until the next video, bye bye.